Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human Podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hey everyone, it's May 17th. Today's reflection is titled, Keep the Tree Alive. I know this is not about the apple trees and peach tree in the back that I'm trying to grow. Well, I do try to keep them alive. What we're going to be talking about today is slightly different. So this episode was inspired by a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. from a book called A Testament of Hope, The Essential Writings and Speeches. This is our second one inspired by King. The first was from February 21st. That one was titled, Who's There? So go back in time and give that a listen if you haven't heard it yet. Now, today's quote is so damn good. After I read it, you may recognize a piece or a part of it. You might have seen abridged versions of it elsewhere on motivational signs or whatever, Instagram posts or Facebook posts, which I feel, while these abridged versions hold the general message of it, really kind of just waters it down. So I'm using the entire section, which is wonderfully written and remarkable. It goes like this. And so I say to you, I have also decided to stick to love. For I know that love is ultimately the only answer to mankind's problems. And I'm going to talk about it everywhere I go. I know it isn't popular to talk about in some circles today. I'm not talking about emotional bosh when I talk about love. I'm talking about strong, demanding love. And I have seen too much hate. I've seen too much hate on the faces of sheriffs in the South. I've seen hate on the faces of too many Klansmen and too many white citizens counselors in the South, to want to hate myself, because every time I see it, I know that it does something to their faces and their personalities, and I say to myself that hate is too great a burden to bear. I have decided to love. If you are seeking the highest good, I think you can find it through love. All right, so that is that powerful, powerful quote, and you may have seen the abridged one that cuts it down to this. I have decided to stick to love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Yeah, it's a good sentiment, but you are missing so much in just that. I mean, you have love is ultimately the only answer to mankind's problems. The resolve to talk about it everywhere he goes, even if he knows it is not popular. The way that he's seen hate on those sheriffs and the white citizen counselors members in the South. And just how real it is that when you see this hate, you know it changes people, not just their personalities he talks about, but their faces too. It literally transforms people physically. And to call out those details is a good thing and a powerful thing. And there still is so much hate out there from the time King wrote that to now. But really, what good does choosing hate do? Hate begets more hate. All right, so let's get to my reflection that I wrote inspired by that quote. I really believe that we, all of us, are born with love in our hearts first. It is our default, even if it is derived from the biological urge to survive. Love can come from that, and it can evolve. Love for our mother and father, then extended family, then community. It is the natural way of things. But as we grow, and as the world takes shape around us, something happens. Like the ripples that love produces, so too does hate. The cruel child in school behaves that way because the cruel behavior of others rippled into their energy, pushing out some of the love they once held, replacing it with something else. And these ripples go on and on. Sometimes it's a stone thrown at a bird, or a hand raised against a child. But if left unchecked, it festers and grows like a maggot feeding on rotten flesh. It turns into something bigger. Acts of brutal violence, greed, corruption, war. We start with love, yes, but but the seeds of these other nefarious things lie within us as well. If the tree of love in our hearts, which casts its shade over cruelty, violence, and hate, to keep them from growing, is ever cut down, those buried seeds will inevitably take root. And then, what has happened to the love? If you've been hurt or wronged, choosing love can be one of the most difficult things to do. Choosing compassion over judgment, empathy over resentment, kindness over cruelty might seem a herculean task, or to some even idealistic. But it is possible. Look at those who have come before and faced far worse brutality and inhumanity, and still found it in their hearts to love. Yes, it is possible, but it is also a choice. One that does not come easy or without deliberate teaching, studying, training. And it is also a choice that is worth it. One that will send ripples into the world, far beyond what you'll ever be able to see. Choosing to love can be one of the most difficult things to do, until it isn't. And there ends today's reflection. So now it is time for your reflection question. So take out your journal, your pile of napkins, or look out the window. Today the trees are full. There's a gentle breeze and the sky is a bright, clear blue. And then ask yourself the following question. What must I put down so that I can carry more love? There is far too much hate out there, and I, for one, am sick of it. I don't want anything to do with it. I choose love. What will you choose? That's it for today, May 17th. I'll be back tomorrow, May 18th, with another reflection. Have a good one, and take care.